like I tend to. Look at that, you're late. Lord Applause. Okay.
I'm fine.
He's all disappointed.
It's fine. I've been dealing with that my whole life.
Disappointing word of law.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 84 years.
I'm sorry. Let me try to care.
He was busy eating casserole. You have to forgive him.
If I just change the volume, it breaks up.
Look at that man.
He's excited.
Those are weirdly colored eyes.
It's because it's just the default of whatever it gives. I think I can change the color, but...
Do you care?
Hmm?
Why do you care?
No, I don't.
Well,
anytime I've used... Because... So, for the Hunter model, their hair is a separate model that I have to load in. And all of their armor, at least for the ones I found, are just the same set of armor. But what actually really frustrates me is if I want to do any face animating, this is how many bones there are.
It's a lot.
All of these are just ultra-specific bones for something.
Is this why all their faces look super weird in Monster Hunter? You get these like weird. I see you.
Oh.
That's creepy. So, he's saying he's super sick. No, now he's angry. No, now he's broke. Looks like some kind of Picasso.
But like, if I want to do the mouth open, no. So
you don't bother. That's what I'm getting at.
So yeah, it's minimizes the use of the face as much as possible.
I feel like that face is rigged to be worked in conjunction with maybe like one of those, what are they called? The thing, motion capture. They put a bunch of things on a person's face and the little dots all move to correspond.
Kind of. That and somebody basically just has to... They just have to animate it in the background. It's all pre-rendered stuff. So if they're trying to be ultra detailed, that's worked fine. But I feel like flexes probably are more efficient use because it's just A to B. Well, these ones are maintaining A, B, and C for every single point. So, I don't know.
The facial
I'm pretty sure there was some
weird.
Yeah, I was pretty sure there was some kind of a system for making it easier, but for me, there isn't. I mean, look at this, just the nose. You know what?
My nose doesn't have any bones.
I know.
That one has 3.
I know why they have all those. Character creator. So as you change your face and you're like, I want to lift my cheekbones and everything. Those are all specific bones that are just changing the position of those bones.
Yeah.
All the animation for talking might actually be done easier.
You can warp his face into a whole different person.
Well, let's see.
It's going to be a very different person.
Oh wait, his head got included.
Yes, this is what I was going for in my character creation screen. It's like, why can't I just pull his entire face off? Yes. There it is. He's beautiful. Oh, no.
Okay, so some of it isn't going to work, but...
I'm having, like, flashbacks to the body museum now.
Anyway.
So who's that big scaly pony behind him?
That's a Rathalos butt.
That is a butt. I thought that was his head. That doesn't say much for him, does it?
I haven't done anything with him yet. I had some audio that I was going to work with. What is he? Like,
Does Francis ever say anything about his butt? Because it's unfortunate if he doesn't.
He talks about ass a lot. My ass.
If you had the hunters hitting Rathalos' ass, because it's all about the tail, right?
But that would be a very large amount of animating.
No, you just have the guy going. You don't have to. Just one arm and a sword.
No, because then the joke of what he is saying is overridden by the joke of somebody just swinging their sword like that.
I'm just trying to save you some time.
Because I don't think this one came with any pre... Oh, no, it can't come with pre-made animation, I don't think. Nice thing is it does have a rig. That is what makes this doable. Yeah, he doesn't have any animation.
That's unfortunate.
But also all of his armor and everything is completely separate, so... if I remove it all, he has body parts, but I have to trim them off. Otherwise, they clip through the armor. So he's Rayman. But what was I actually going to do with him was, so there is audio where we have Rathalos that Hunter! Yells Hunter. But then says,
look Canadian.
It looked Canadian. So I'm going to dress him up looking like a hockey player. What?
No, hockey player or lumberjack.
I don't think I have the stuff. I don't even have the stuff for hockey. I have to make do. But I don't have the stuff for lumberjack.
Just a lumberjack with a walking around with a bottle of maple syrup.
But
he should. At least
but
have
I would need it to be a
syrup.
I don't think there's a model of maple syrup.
What are you talking about? I mean, if you typed in maple syrup right now, you'd find one just in your playlist.
It's a maple tree.
That's not good enough. Get a bottle and just slap a maple label on it.
No, I was just gonna give him a helmet and a hockey stick. Because I need to make sure he's still dressed as a hunter, otherwise it's not a hunter, it's just a person. So, though technically the character on the Twitter is supposed to be that anybody that is not a monster is a hunter. That is the what I go with anyway. Hello, nerd boy.
If he doesn't have the maple syrup, he might be Norwegian.
So, I wonder if that would work. No, that's overly beat up.
These are all football helmets. Except for the one, but it's all beat up.
This looks hockey-ish.
That's a biker helmet, isn't it?
No, because it's got the bars coming across. It's broken.
Oh, it's a broken football helmet.
But to me, that actually looks slightly hockey-ish. But it is a little beat up. I was thinking of using this one, but that to me is a little... Oh, actually, that neck strap, I bet you I'm not going to be able to use or play with.
I think somebody would have modeled a hockey uniform.
I checked. There's none. I dug around for it like a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. This one would work, but those straps are going to be tough because they're not going to be able to move. Though I'm not going to have him move much. Let's see if I can put that on his head then. Oh, actually, I think... it is. Actually, partially bone merged because it's using standard bone names. Let's try that. There we go. That could work. And hockey. No, Hockette. That is hockey hair.
Yeah, like super 80s hockey hair.
There we go. Now, I knew there was at least a hockey stick. I downloaded this before.
He has his weapon.
Mm-hmm. He's a spear user. Well, I guess not a spear. It'd be an Can I make it look like an insect glaive? No, because without what I'm going to do, I'm not going to see the bottom of it. So I'm not too worried about this part right now. It's just that he's going to have this. You can hug it. He likes it.
Goodbye, Blurred Claw. Gone forever.
Okay, so I'm going to need...
I also say he's going to take a poop on him.
It just happened to be how the file was set up. And I also need Rathian. Oh yeah, I never converted her, so that's all I got. Alright. She always looks so happy when she spawns. It's like, "Yay!"
It looks angry.
No, she's not. She does come with the
Why does she have that big chin?
pink skin. And I had to figure out when to use this as well, but technically I also have the Azure Rathalos.
I don't know when you use that.
I had ideas on stuff to do. I just have to. I want to make a thing out of it, and like not just have it where he's blue. Like, but actually do something with it.
You don't just turn blue on a whim.
Discord did.
It's true. But he's got John Delancey powers, so.
Oh, okay. Text message said urgent, but I said not urgent. So I'm like, oh, God
Which
damn
is it?
Well, I just saw the word urgent, so I was like, oh, I should check this, and then yeah, it wasn't. Okay, oh, yeah, I gotta get Wrath. I don't mind him in the blue, but my brain just doesn't like it.
Rathalos.
Well, it's and there's a silver one too. That's the Iceborne, I think, added the silver Rathalos and gold Rathian. But size difference, that's way too big, but I don't think they're going to be on camera together, so that is fine.
Yeah, if Rathalos was that big in the game, then I don't think we'd be beating him. I think he just would a single morsel of food, and then you'd be gone.
It's way too much animation here. This is a save file for something else that I ended up just kind of copy pasting everything over.
Hunter.
So what I was considering for this was having like a. I'm gonna load up a forest map. Have these two poking out from behind a rock, like they're kind of hiding, and then having him say hunter, then showing the hunter kind of from their perspective, sort of, and then switching back to him and saying the Canadian part. Because technically this is one audio file for him saying that, but I just split it in where he says hunter, and then there's like a 2-second pause anyway, so I just added a longer... No, not a 2 second. It was probably like a half second.
It looked Canadian.
And the most difficult part about this is going to be making the hunter Canadian as possible.
Well, that helmet, all I have to do is add, like, a maple leaf to it. Done. It's that easy. The magic of cinema. Alright, I like this map because it gives me a nice forest to work with.
I don't remember power lines in Monster Hunter.
I just use camera angle so that it looks out here. Voila, no power lines.
Amazing.
I have had power lines in some of those I've used with him before, though. Just because I didn't care. So, for one, he is probably too big for this shot.
Super Rathalos. He's been taking his vitamins.
Oh, wait, no. Okay, no, he's actually about the right size. I didn't want to have him or be huge and all the trees be tiny. But that should work. So I need a rock, but I need a cartoony rock. Not Tom.
But he is a cartoony rock.
Not that kind. I need it to be simple because it's going to be...
Team Fortress 2 probably has lots.
Yeah, and the map is in the TF2 style. So I just don't want it ultra detailed because it needs to meld with the cartoony background. There we go. Those are the kind of rocks I was looking for. I do need... Oh, that might work really well. Just like that. Because I need to have him poke around the corner, but I want Rathalos to have a little bit more headspace. Pro tip for SFM. If you ever load in a model and then you're looking around and you have no idea where it is, if it's selected, just hit V. It centers it in your camera, so then it basically turns to look at it for you. Use it all the time. There's also something in this map that like is horribly inefficient at some part, like right here. Because if I'm not, or even that direction, but if I'm looking this way, it's fine. I don't know why.
Is something in the house?
Something. That's why I also don't like doing stuff in that direction, because rendering and everything takes forever. But I like this map, I just don't like that house. So something is just bad. Alright. Make this a bit bigger. Probably put it like here, because to me that it gives it a little bit. Wow. Because I kind of want to do more trees.
You know, after playing Monster Hunter a bit, I do kind of feel sorry for Rathalos.
You just earlier today I destroyed him, like, because it was a low rank.
The one time I fought him, we captured him.
Earlier it was a Rathian Rathalos one, and Rathian got weak, so went back to her little house. But as soon as I went there to kill her, Rathalos popped up. So then I went to hit Rathalos a couple times, but it knocked out the waterfall. So the waterfall knocked Rathian off the cliff, and the fall killed her. So I never got to carve the corpse because she just fell off a cliff and died. Because I was supposed to kill both, and Rathalos died, and it said, mission complete. I'm like, I haven't killed Rathian. Oh. Whoops.
Cliff and died. See, if anybody's watching and has never played Monster Hunter, the point of Monster Hunter is to be a complete asshole and just like crash into these poor monsters' homes and steal their eggs and slaughter them mercilessly.
Yep.
It's pretty awful. It's a bit of good fun, but you are just a horrible person in that game.
Okay, this is still too big, but I don't want to get any... I don't want to make the rock any bigger, because then I'm going to have an issue with everything else. So, I am going to...
Rathlos just showed up in your game and you were just killing his girlfriend.
Well, yeah, but it's because they told me to.
The voices told me to. Our crash? That was quick.
No, I have... If I want to scale Rathlos to shrink him down, if the rig is attached, the rig pieces are attached to the world, but the scaling isn't. So when I shrink him down, everything shrinks down, but anything that's like arms and legs stay where they were. So it just gets pulled and stretched. So if I want to scale things, I have to actually detach the rig, then scale, and then reattach the rig. Then it works. So I have to get the size I want for him. Let's see here. That should work. Alright, and now I go back and retouch the rig. It's just it's complicated for the engine to detach the rig and then convert all positions and everything for all the bones to the world of coordinates again. So attaching a rig is a lot easier. Oh. Okay, so he's ready. Oof. I think it's a bit big. Oh, she doesn't have the ring on yet. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Without the rig, though, I don't know what her bones are. Okay, that's the root. Oh, I got the rocks. I want Rathalos' scale. Yeah, so I think it should work now that if I, because he has the rig on. Big old beef.
It's too many hunters. You're gonna go lie down. You're gonna go lie down for a bit. He's a plump. He looks like a pigeon.
I don't think I can get him to stand up either because he's just some he got no neck.
He plump. He's very plump. His neck is gone. Oh no! He's so bad. No, what even is that? His legs.
I have to select his pelvis through this.
You gotta find it. He looks like a...
Well, so now that I've moved him, he's fine, because what this is just, I can stretch his bones out to its original positions. See? Now he's like normal again.
Yes, that is completely normal.
So...
I like him better when he's all small and plump.
Little plump.
He's all plump. Looks like a turkey. You eat too much. I feel like this is what Rathalos would look like if they started domestically raising Rathaloses for food. Down here on the Rathalos farm, our Rathaloses are the plumpest, thickest Rathalos you'll find anywhere. Mm-hmm.
You're so happy. It's like a little missile.
I feel like he's in the kill me stage of his life.
You know, he's like, wow. Okay, I better.
He has to do that to get into the air now.
There we go. He fix. Okay, what was it doing? What?
Welcome back.
Hope that is not going to work the way I saved that. Gotta save the number. Otherwise it tries to paste it to only the same bone. Okay, now I think it's the same size. Okay, so the intent is to have essentially Rathalos poke his head out here. I might have to zoom in a bit for it though. And then have Rathian kind of like hook her head around like here. Actually, I gotta shrink Rathian a bit more. I forgot. I tend to make Rathian a bit smaller than Rathalos.
I feel like I need to start playing some Barry White.
Because I'm trying to make it look like, or play off of Rathian being like the dog. So it's...
What makes it worse?
Huh?
Nothing. That's way too small. No, I guess not.
That is about 15 to 20% smaller than him. Okay, that should be big enough. Okay. So it's going to be about them doing something like that.
Hunter!
And that,
Hunter! Hunter!
Yes.
No, they're Monster Hunter. Don't listen to him.
I know everything.
And he has help right now.
These dragons are straight out of Mario Galaxy.
It's that one dragon from Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Heck, that's not wrong. That's the disturbing part.
Actually, I can't. With that.
Of course, at this point, saying a character's in Super Smash Brothers is kind of like saying, like, that the list is getting shorter, which ones aren't.
Hunter! You look Canadian.
So what's the camera angle you're planning on working at from this?
Well, they're going to be looking more towards the camera, just off to the camera left. Well, yeah, camera left. And
I just hope you're prepared for the comments you're going to get if you leave them in that position.
what was it?
I said I just hope you're prepared for the comments you're going to get if you leave them in that position.
No, they're going to have their heads turned. I'm just putting there as a very rough setup, so. Because I have to turn their heads to make them look, but if I turn their heads, then that's a permanent change or something I'd have to be difficult to undo. So I'm just leaving them like that until I want to actually use them. For this, I do not need them in this shot. Just the same as I don't need the hunter in this shot. Come on. I don't need the hunter in this shot. I might need it. No, I don't think I put him in the last shot either. So this one, it doesn't actually matter. What angle I put it at, because it's not going to be the same. I'm not going to have the two shots visible to each other. So it's just about finding some place that works. Just put him on like a tree trunk and just have him kicking his legs like wee. This is the one I'm not sure of, like how I want to position the monster. So I can't have any of those same trees because it would be obvious. Put them over here. No, with your stick.
Yeah, he's a stick. How can he be Canadian without it?
He is tiny. That should be fine though. That probably means actually I can pull him. I don't know, actually. I might need to make him a bit bigger, because that grass is going to be huge on him.
Sometimes grass grows tall.
Yeah, but if everything else, like the trees alone, for how big they are, I feel like by having him that size, he is much more detailed than his surroundings. If I increase the size, therefore I'm stretching out everything of his, and that might help balance it.
Comparing to that stump, he should be taller than the stump.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He's a little small. I just don't like detaching or retaching rigs. This is the male hunter. Before detaching, I want to make sure I know where to go to get retached. This was off the workshop, so...
You're sleepy, Blur. Me too. Worked a long day and then came home and ate a bunch of carbs.
There is
I'm
hunter.
sleepy.
My bad. Oh. I'm going to save it and then detach it. I mean, I attached it, so it should be fine. I just want to be digging around. So you have a root that's not... I don't think so. No, technically pelvis works. Is that too big now?
It looks a little tall.
I'll go 20%. Maybe 3. That's a bit better.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, okay, that did look like the rig. Perfect. Why does it say... Whatever. Oh, he's got animation on it too. They're going to be looking from a distance, so I probably want to have this zoomed a lot. Probably from a high angle. It's like karate chop.
This is a tech.
Yeah.
He knows karate, Rathalos. You watch out.
He's very flexible too.
That would be cool if there was one class that was just
Monk.
yeah. And you could just run around punching monsters to death. Wouldn't that be amazing? Just karate kicking Rathalos.
The whole point of the game, though, is that all the weapons are oversized.
Yeah.
Give him oversized fists. You could give him gloves, but...
Oh yeah, he'd have like brass knuckles and stuff. That'd be cool. Just some dude who's such a badass that you could just run up on a dragon and punch it in the face. Just go, oh! That would make me so happy.
I kind of like the idea of putting some trees in the way. There's no, like, 2 trees right by each other. Oh, here we go. Oh, even then, they'd have to be pretty small. Or that's kind of cheap looking. Yeah, probably just... I think for now I'm just gonna do like a close up here, so I just have an idea as to what that's gonna be. So that'd be Hunter, and that's gonna go back to this, and then zoom in a little bit.
No, Rathalos isn't that cute, but maybe if you put socks on him. That's all I wanted. Was that look of just like, what's wrong with you?
And I'm trying to think of the logistics. It's a beast that does not have arms, and with talons, wearing socks.
Yes.
He would never get them off.
Give him a juice box at the very least. Come on now. Give him a juice box.
Okay, I'd give him a juice box.
Yeah. Might help just a little. Makes the ponies cuter. It couldn't hurt.
Okay, let's ignore Michael and then just go forward with
That
this.
is generally a good bit of advice.
All right, so I want to have them kind of like poke around quick. So here I'm going to move them just outside of camera, and I don't need to. Yeah, I'll just do that. That's good for that. And then Rathian. Let's do that. Then when they come poking up. Oh. I have to fix Rathian's rig. It has a missing bone. So, this is Rathalos' one. Well, it's going to be hard to do that otherwise. And this is Rathian's. Rathian's is different because I haven't renamed all of her bones yet. So, what I need to do is, if you look on the neck here, it goes boom, boom, and then boom. That's a big jump. But if I remove the rig, so this goes from here to here. I think there is another bone, and it actually is right here, that is her neck. And it's skipping it. So I want that included, because otherwise the neck moves weird. So I need bone 5 added between bone 4 and bone 7. Okay, so this is right now utilizing the 3 as its number, because if you look at the function that's called at the top here, it says num is the first number, meaning that all these are going to be utilizing just num 3. All the others I can ignore. So this is going from bone spine 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. That's fine. I'm not utilizing that. I'm looking at neck. So this is going bone 5. Bone 6 is the head. No, bone 6 is down there. These ones are weird. So, anyway. So spine 0, 1, 2, and then it would neck. So this is bone neck is bone 5, but bone 6 isn't the head. It seems weird. Well, even then, bone 7 is. Oh, that's because these are in brackets. These are Are these pre-named somewhere, or are these going from the first bone? This is why I like having things named. And I can't name them right now. That would take too long. 1, 2, 3, there's bone 4 is missing. Between 5 and 3. So there must be bone 4. I bet you it is. We can give that a shot. So what we need is neck. How did I name it for Rathalos? Neck 1, neck 2. I did that wrong because these have underscores, but whatever. So I'm going to keep it the same. So we have bone neck 1, 2. I'm going to do this as 4 and 5. That did not duplicate. Two. And that is where it's defined. And then it's just about finding where all these spots are that it mentions neck, and we're adding 1 to it. Oh, I said neck. Orient constraints. So we do 1, 1, 2, 2. Rig 1. 2. That's fine. Rig neck 1. Rig neck 2. Oh, actually I did it to 4. I didn't need to. I only need to do number 3. 1, 2. Don't care about those. Rig neck 1. Rig neck 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Basically, you're just kind of shoving a new bone in the order. Okay, this is where things connect. So it's neck connects to the chest. Oh, no, that's 3. So it goes spine 0 to spine 1, spine 1 to spine 2 to neck 1, reg neck 1, reg neck 2, and then this doesn't matter because I'm only using 3, and then neck 2 to head. Then I did those. Okay, that should work.
I do not, but at the same time, I thought a lot of them were interchangeable.
Whenever I think ragdoll, I think of something as floppy, but that's not really the case. If you're looking for like adding or grabbing all the bones and having them work, kind of, because if you port from like if you port from Blender, you can export it as a DMX, and then the DMX would be what you use through Crowbar, but you'll have to probably custom write your QC, because like for instance on these models, which I didn't port, somebody else did. All the bones have to be defined as to where they are and what they're connected to. So I don't think Crowbar does all that. It might, but I don't know. This was already pre-written for the mod, or because it was an SFM model and I exported it to an editable format which pre-built all the QC for me. So Crowbar built it, yes, but it was because it was already an SFM model. Doing it like from scratch, I don't know. So let's see if the rig works. And it did not. So what was missing here? It's always something. Oh, no, that's neck 4. So spine 2, neck 1, neck 1, neck 2. Only thing I can think of is if it doesn't like these other ones. Because it only started working when I was modifying things if I just got rid of all the ones that were not applicable. Make sure I'm deleting this right. Oof. But I'm going to be having her neck look around a corner. So I want to make sure that it works. Or I have the functionality that it needs. It? Oh, it's S. Those go away. Actually, she does not have. Where is it in this set? Is it just there? Add controls to group. Okay, that's what it is. Nothing to do there. Those are fingers, and I have no idea how those work. It could be though that it just doesn't know what that bone is. Because I just did bone 4 as a kind of a guess. No, it went right to 5. 5 was that other one. No, so that wouldn't work. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just leave it as it was. Just because this goes from 5, but 5 was the earlier one before would have been the something is weird with that, and I'd have to go through and figure out or rename all the bones to make it work the way I want it to. So I'll just have to go with the limited neck control. It says it's connected, but it's not working.
I think I'm gonna go start a little laundry. We'll be back.
Yeah, she's back to normal. I don't want to actually select your bones. There we go. I don't know. A lot of when it comes to like porting models is guesswork for me. It's if it doesn't have defined bones, or if you're trying to add it to a QC that didn't have bones before, after having bones added, I have no clue. I know how to do static models. So just a model that has no bone structure, just a single one for the entire thing. When it comes to a lot of these ones, if it's not pre-done for me, I have no clue. Not my forte. Yeah, see, for him, he doesn't have those lines anymore for this part. I'm not sure what gives that, but he has the extra neck controls. Because before he did not. Okay, I think I need to drop his body a little bit though, because he's going to be visible. Access to your root there. Apparently that's not going to do it. Neither will that. I guess we're going to have to just break your pelvis. It's going to make his legs weird. But I don't care. Mainly I don't want to have his back pop up as something that's visible. Hello, Clumsy. I usually will... I don't just do one, because if I do one, it's going to give like a weird kink in the middle. He's got 3 neck bones, so I usually just try to do... The neck I try to bend evenly, or at least close to evenly, but the head I will bend more. Like, so I don't mind having it like this. But that's just. But even then, if I did it that hard, I'd probably have a turn like this. But necks, I assume, if it's the same thing with your neck, if you go to bend your head's gonna, all the bits of your spine are probably gonna all bend evenly together because you don't have control over individual notches. So I'm assuming the same is with them, where he has some control of his neck, but that most of the time just gonna kind of swing together. So kind of want to bring him up a little bit more, but then I'm gonna. Oh, actually, I can. Just bring it up there, and bring this down a little bit. And I think Baratheon, I'm going to move her a little bit. Baratheon, I'm going to put. A little bit more on the corner. I want to have less of the wings visible. It's funnier if they're kind of hidden. But like I brought up, I don't have that secondary bone right now to move, so it's hers is going to be a bit stiff, just because of that. Though you could just like move the head like this and artificially make it. Like I said, I don't know. It's there's every situation's a little different. How all that works, I've got lucky on stuff. I only just recently learned how kind of rigs are structured, and but it was rigs or the structure for these specific models, and I've just been merging that one into work with other like two-legged winged creatures. Most humans type models are nice because a lot of times with the rig you can use one of these ones. I think like to get EKG to work, I just had to add an extra bone to the back and it worked. Okay. So while they do kind of pop around there, I'm guessing that how they're going to pop around is not going to work the way that I'm wanting it to. So, but I'm not worried about that right now. My main concern is just what's going to happen from here. If this looks right, then I'm fine. Oh yeah, actually I have the pony rigs. I actually have I have different ones that I think somebody, I can't remember, is this Zero or I get so. Oh, actually, you know what? Sulsiv, he had started work on it. I don't know if you ever made them public, but they're slightly better rigs than the originals for Pony. The back legs work a little bit better, but yeah, and that's the concern I have too with the legs, how they bend. But to me, that isn't anything wrong with the rig. That is with the way that the legs are structured on the ponies, because the ponies are made right now where their like elbow and their shoulders are super close to each other and the rest are super far away. So there is not enough, like when you look at a lot of these joints, you have this big distance, like so from goes boom boom boom, but for the ponies they tend to just go boom boom, like really really close to each other. And so it's about thinking about it like a spring, where a spring is going to be, or I guess they're like hinges though. So the larger you have them apart, the farther you can compress them and get them close to each other. But if you only have this tiny little one at the top, it's only going to be able to go down this teeny little bit before it starts breaking things. That and the way that they have the front legs set up makes it so that it collapses behind. That I might actually be able to fix, now that I think about it. I have to see how the ponies, again, are boned. If they're the way that I think they are, then I think I know how to actually fix them now. But if they're not, there's a good chance they are. So, well, yeah, that's for one. The elbow's down here. Oh, wait, was this me? I think this was me playing with it. There we go. So yeah, right now they have the elbows set up. A lot of what the models do for like other things is that they will put the foot that's locked to the world as the ankle, not the foot itself, like the front of the foot. And on a pony, this is essentially the front of the foot, and this is the ankle, because this it goes from thigh. If you think about, for us, where this is thigh, this is your knee, then this is your foot. So this is a very long foot. So they have the back legs set up correctly, where these are locked to the world, as you can see. So the back leg work pretty good, but for the front legs, they're actually locked to the hooves. Or not the hooves, the actual, like, bottom of the hoof. And then these are set up as the knee. When normally, if you detach the rig, this is the hand. So this is the part that actually should be locked to the world. But I can see other issues as to why that would be a problem. Because if this was locked, and then you went down, it's not going to know to bend to match up with the foot, which I think is the reason that it is set up the way it is. So like, I think I see the reason they had to put it down here. And that is still workable, but you need to offset the motion for the hands then. And that, I think, would be where it get complicated. So it's just the body structure for the pony models is just not built to be viable for rigs, at least from what I've learned of rigs. If this was instead where actually, this is probably not even going to work really good because it's a locked size, but if they were set up something more like that in terms of structure, I think it'd be easier to work with. Or like if this was forward and these were like that. But they're not. So just if you just think about how elbows work, having them up close like that just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's just, these are, I don't know, I know how to, with the rigs, on how to like put the bones in there to readjust it to a different armature, but as to how to make it behave a certain way, that I still have no idea. And just looking at the like the text here, I understand what a lot of this stuff is doing. This is defining the bone. This is then putting that bone and locking it to an actual rig named bone. That's the more defining. This is locking it to the rig. But then you got ones like this was of saying what direction, or like these ones. These ones was saying what direction do we want the offset for the knee? Do we want them to bend forward or backwards? That's why there's a positive or a negative. So it knows where, when if it's stretched up, up at its max, what direction am I going? But then fingers, I have no idea what any of this stuff is. And if there's other functions that aren't in here, so is there a way to say for a foot to do a partial movement in something? I don't know. So that's where it gets hard. But in terms of like adding things in here to readjust for the order and stuff, that I could do. I just recently did that for like here for like Nergigante. I renamed it all just to make it work for Nergigante. So yeah, it's and Tobakadachi. I did both of them. Well, and most rigs are going to simplify work, but it's not going to replace work. So there's still going to be things that the rig are going to help you get things into position, and they're going to, or they will assist you for posing, and then when it comes to animating, they should just be there to help in small motions from having to like, because right now if I with Pony I don't use a rig, and I have to put a lot more detail in between and pay attention to what I'm doing because I'm not locking things like the rig would. If I go to move a pony just a teeny bit for like a little sway, without the rig I now have to like remove all the bones to match up for that sway. So which is frustrating. But yeah. Rathian seems a lot bigger there, but I'm thinking it might be because he's closer to the camera. Thankfully, she's in the green trees and Brathlos is red, which is actually it's not, a little less noticeable here, but it makes it so that she is not. When they both come around, Rathlos is the focus because he's the different color, which is actually a concern. So I think I'm going to put Rathian's head down a little bit. I need him looking the same way. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to put his head down a little bit.
Hunter! Hunter!
Okay, so timing-wise, is that what I want it to be?
Hunter!
I think I need to put them, I know, a bit more of a delay for start.
Hunter!
That's better. Because if they're going to be animated, they're going to be animated like across like this, and I'm going to make sure there's time at the beginning with nothing visible. And actually, you can see a little bit of a power line there, but I'm not going to care. There will be power lines in this world.
It looked Canadian. It looked Canadian. It looked Canadian. It looked Canadian.
Okay, so that should work. This is a higher zoom, which means the aperture should be a good bit higher. This shot had it at a little under half. This shot is about 2/3. That should be fine.
Mister Hunter.
All right, let's get his talking done. I wanted to get him kind of into position here. Normally I like doing the lip sync first, but because none of his mouthing is tied to any of the body animation, doesn't really matter.
Hunter.
But I do need to make sure his jaw does not have any motion. I need to have it default closed. I do have him say Hunter and something else. It won't save me that much time, but time saved is time saved. I cannot totally guess the rig on. Yes, I can.
Hunter. 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 Hunter.
But the way I do these now is different than when I did it originally. So I'm going to add a little bit to it.
Hunter. 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 Hunter.
I keep wanting to make another live stream, like special type thing. I just it's a lot of editing and a lot of like digging.
Hunter. Hunter! Hunter!
Well, I originally did the first one, and then this is bothering me. And I can't remember the name, but and then somebody else went and started making some of the compilations for me, kind of just for fun. But now they've gotten really good at editing and just kind of been doing their own thing, which is so they haven't made any of the other ones. They talked about doing it for a while, but it never happened, which is fine because they're, the skills they have should be better put to their own thing. But I do need to finish up the ones that I had started. But I do have one started, so I just don't remember where it is, where it is at. Do, do, do. Two one two 221 Was the last time I touched it in 2017? No. Maybe? No, I had to have had a one sooner than that. Maybe it is. Ah. All these moved, and it can't be that. These are all like 2015 clips, so yeah, there is one that I started for pulling together stuff, because I even have and I don't even know how far back to go for those, but well, maybe. Those are a lot of cuts. No, I'm not sure. Nice thing is, these are usually pretty easy to fix. Replace footage. So we go to storage drive, live streams, Never change the folder name, so I go to 224, load in that video, and it should fix the rest. It did not. Usually it finds the rest. Yeah, and that one looks familiar. Oh wait, no, that is a different one. So yeah, this must have been the one I was working on. But normally, maybe that's just After Effects that does that. Oh. Can I do a... Oh, locate. Aha. Okay, so we do... This is 227. So we go here. Maybe I just had to do a locate. Or not. Okay. Anyways. But, yeah, I did have... oh, maybe if... Oh, no, this had to be more. Because there's, like, single things. Or only 2 on that. So, yeah. There was one that was much bigger. That was called 211, actually, because it adds _1 when it converts it from an old version of Premiere. So I've done that multiple times.
Hunter! 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 Sir! Hunter! 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 Hunt! 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 Hunter! 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 Hunter!
Okay.
Hunter! 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 Hunter!
There we go. That looks good. That wasn't this dragon. That was the Skyrim dragon.
Hunter! Hunter!
I saw my bed. It looked very inviting.
Huh?
I saw my bed and it was very inviting.
You go rest your eyes for a little bit.
Like 15-minute power, little rest.
Well, every time you do it, you're just passed out.
I was close to it. I just kind of laid
Oh, you
there.
did rest your eyes.
Yeah, I lay down in bed for a bit.
Mm-hmm. It's like 7. It's 9 o'clock right now.
I didn't fall asleep till after like 1 last night.
Why did you do that? I was up till 1.
Yeah, but you didn't go. You probably slept until 9.
No, I got up like 8:30.
Why do you do that to yourself?
Because I wanted to go out shopping and get some stuff done.
Do that at noon.
But then by the time I get back, I'm like, it feels like I only have 2 hours of a normal day. Like, why do I have a day off if I'm going to be spending all of it sleeping?
I don't understand the question. I
know,
spend a lot of it sleeping.
If I have a day off, it feels like I'm gaining like 9-10 hours. But if I sleep until like 10 and then I'm lazy and I sit around and then I'm like actually up by noon, then I'm really only saving 4 hours. So
Sleep though.
go take another nap.
No, I'm gonna watch you. I want to see what you've done with this
I haven't seen
scaly man.
He's talking.
Hunter!
See that? This guy is not sleeping in on his weekends.
Oh, I forgot the other Rathalos is there.
Why is there 2?
Hunter!
Because I brought in his animation so I could steal it for saying Hunter.
Why would Derpy fly out of his mouth? He can't be eating these.
Should have him squinting far away like he's needs glasses. Rathalos is just fucking blind.
I know the feeling. I spent many a year squinting. I can't stand being outside without my glasses now.
I've gotten used to it where I
whole
don't.
world is just
If I'm like
blur.
just outside here, I don't mind it, but it feels weird. But I'm used to it.
Like, I've gotten used to being able to see things again.
It looked
Going back is hard.
But still, you sometimes forget them.
Yeah, and then I realize after I'm outside and I can't read the signs no more.
I know, but why? I don't know how you can forget it at that point. Like even the garage is enough to where I walk out and go, "This should be clear."
It's when I start trying to read signs.
You're like,
and then I'm like, I start squinting. I'm like, why am I squinting? Oh, I forgot my glasses.
you just get like 3 pair: your car pair, your work pair, and your home pair.
It's an idea.
That's what my mom does with cheaters. She used to get a prescription pair for like $70. Instead, she started buying dollar pairs of cheaters, and she just leaves them all over the place now. She doesn't work the same.
I don't know. I wear other people's prescriptions and it doesn't really work out for me. Oof.
Oh yeah, you don't have access to his job one, or at least it's not visible. I don't know why. Yeah, even when that's visible.
Yeah, sometimes we do stuff on the weekends and like 10 a.m. and I'm just like, 10 a.m. is way too early for a weekend.
You get up at 10 a.m.? No, you get up at like before me normally, and I get up at like 9 something.
Yeah. But I still slept in. I didn't force myself out of bed.
You didn't sleep in. You just woke up when you woke up.
Yeah.
I didn't force myself out of bed this morning. My alarm was set for 7:30.
Your alarm was set.
Yeah,
That's the issue.
my alarm was set, and then it's not it's NPR.
Everyone in chat, who sets their alarm when they don't have to get up in the morning?
But it's not an alarm. It's NPR. So I just kind of listen to it. If I don't have to get up, it lets me just kind of make the choice. Then I can fall back asleep because it's not annoying. But
Okay.
I did want to try to get up.
Okay, let me rephrase it then. Who here sets a timer that will go off and make noise? when they don't have to get up in the morning. I'm expecting no one. Because you're weird.
I just don't like sleeping in too late. I feel like I'm groggier, so why should I do it?
Yes. He knows. I can't even stand the sound of my alarm clock anymore. If I accidentally set my alarm for any reason and it goes off, I have a small panic attack. Like if I set the alarm on my phone, even that alarm I used for years. All right, goodbye, Blur.
Bye bye, Blurred.
I use the alarm clock I use now because it's the same alarm clock I've used since high school. Like, I've been given new alarm clocks, but then it's get it in my head that they might not work or they might not wake me up, so I never use them.
I've been using the same alarm clock since I was 6.
You know?
And so it's like 30 years old.
Well,
It has a cassette built in.
Mine barely works. I have to fiddle with the switch to get the alarm to actually turn on.
Oh, mine, the volume works in pulses. So, like, when I'm going the volume, if I keep turning it up, it jumps all over the place, just slowly going somewhere in the up direction. And then over time, it gets louder. And so I have to keep turning it down. And for some reason, I've never hit the bottom of that dial, so I don't know what it is. But yeah, it slowly gets louder. And the antenna sucks on it. At the old place, I had to keep, like, putting it in different places because it would just one day not work. It's so old. But it works perfectly fine. And when I... at MLP MSP, Dean Odo had the cassette version of his album, and so I got it, and it's in there, so I can listen to it on cassette. So it was like $5.
It surprises me how many people actually still have cassette players, but nobody has a VHS anymore. A lot of people still have at least one cassette player lying around. I think my parents still have a crap ton of VHS tapes, but I don't think they have a player anymore. I think they all broke and they just never bothered to replace them. He's happy. Look at that smile. He looks like Hit.
What I don't like is his...
I feel like you need to put a balloon next to him.
I defaulted a bit, so I'm going to put him down here.
You know, you really used to help me sleep on Fridays.
Alcohol?
Yeah. But I would turn on your streams a lot of times and then just have them play in the background. And I
good. I put you to sleep.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, I'm here. I'd type I'm here, and then I'd go lay down and then wake up towards the end of the stream and be like, that was a great stream. Can't wait till next week.
Go back to sleep.
Oh, man. I don't watch a Lizard Man.
Like, Well, it works together.
That would be entertaining. I thought he had like drool in his mouth for a second there, but then I realized it was just a line. The line behind him. I thought it was like drool dripping from his mouth.
He's got a retainer for his braces.
I see. Does have a bit of an overbite. I want to file those teeth down too. Like they hurt. Watching Twilight get beaten by the dolphin is never not entertaining.
This one I'm gonna do manually. I was thinking about stealing another E sound, but I want to make it look a little different. He's saying Canadian. That is what he is saying. Because Rathalos, he likes Canadians.
What's the chew on them? Thinks Canadians are tasty.
Maybe.
I mean, Canadians are 80% maple syrup, so they have no water, it's just maple syrup. It's the other 20% is Canadian bacon.
Canadian. Look Canadian. Look Canadian.
Canadian. Canadian.
This one has so many. The more syllables that are in a word, the harder it is. And Canadian is 4 syllables in 8 letters. I hate words that do that.
You heard it here first. Olga Damon hates Canadian. So you heard it here first. Olga Damon hates Canadian.
Canadian. Canadian. Look
I
Canadian.
think it looks fine from that
Look
angle.
Canadian. Look Canadian.
If anything, I might have the back jaw here unhinged a little bit more here.
Look Canadian. Look Canadian. Look Canadian. Look Canadian. Look Canadian.
And it will.
Look Canadian. Look.
I will also churn his jaw a little bit at the other parts.
Look Canadian.
Let's keep this.
Look Canadian. Look Canadian. Look Canadian.
That is an important question that will be addressed. How does one look Canadian?
He's got a hockey stick in his belt, apparently.
I still think he needs a big bottle of maple syrup just hanging from his belt. Maple-y.
I kind of want to use the football helmet just because I think this one's going to be hard to put a
I think you're gonna need to do something to a lot of them to make him look Canadian. Because right now he doesn't look Canadian. He just looks like a dude with a hat.
Well, yeah, because I haven't put him in position. Right now, you barely can see a hockey stick. It's going to be prominent.
He needs lots of red and white.
It'd like find the model of Justin Trudeau.
Yes, and just make him look just Justin Trudeau as a hunter.
I do think that I probably should use just like this one, and then
What are those one hats called? That's what he needs to be wearing. Those hats with the fur and the flaps on the sides. They start with a U.
yeah, but that could also be like Russian or Fargo or
Yeah, well, Fargo is Canada.
no, I think that's your Kentucky version of Canada.
It's we need the most stereotypical Canadian possible, and you need one of those hats for that.
No, and that does exist, the Uchonka,
Yeah,
but no, it like
it would be better than a football helmet. How's that Canadian? How is football Canadian?
it's not a football. It's supposed to just be a helmet. The hockey stick's going to give it context, and he's going out for battle, so he is dressed.
He's Canadian.
I mean, you can do like
Hello. He's like a little maple leaf tattoo on his face. Weird.
wait here.
The only way to move his eyes.
He's there.
That's just mean. Are Canadians supposed to have their eyes like weirdly close together? No. It's not Canadian. That's the result of many, many years of inbreeding. Like there is a long line of succession of brothers, sisters going on there.
And the thing is that there is nothing that really indicates where to open his mouth. Like there is no jawbone that I know of.
Maybe use a different model.
This is the only one that's a hunter.
Well, you said the only thing you can use is his clothes, right? Like, just keep the clothes and put something else's head.
No,
on
I can have him do whatever I want. That's but the problem is I can.
Look how happy he is.
I can see. He's happy.
Good job, you did it. You made his face look good. This is not gonna go well. Now he's super happy.
No, I think it was this one I was looking for. You could, there. He's now Canadian.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
But like, I don't know how to. I'm used to with a lot of mouths where you have a bone for opening the mouth, but there is no like jawbone that I know of.
Like, I feel like you could take any model and just kind of put its head on that. And then the rest of the body can be whatever. Like, just shrink down the body and keep the head.
Oh yeah, I guess I could.
Because that head is ridiculous.
What are you talking about? It's fine.
He's not fine.
He is perfectly fine.
Model is not does not cooperate. Unless you're wanting to make a horribly disfigured person. He's good at being a Picasso, I'll give him that. Everything's fine. Yes.
No, it doesn't work like that. See, this is how you make him angry.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I see it. He looks very mad that you've done this to his face. This is the weirdest model. You can tell it's set up for like a very specific like rigging, but it doesn't lend itself to.
What'd you talk about? We took a shit.
One of his eyes is looking at me and is doing so by bulging out of his head. Oh no, he sees me. That's creepy.
Where did that one go there? Maybe that one doesn't work there. There we go.
I think punching him in the face would be an improvement. Pretty sure it'll. That's not a head that got punched in the face. That's a head that just got like smashed by a semi truck, and that man is dead. And if he's not, somebody put him down.
There, he is fixed.
Is he though?
No, I could put somebody else's head on him, but anybody else's head I put on there is I can't be iconic. I can't like put Scout's head on there.
Is there a model of Justin Trudeau?
Probably not.
I bet. I know there's ones of U.S. presidents.
I bet you that there's not. Well, actually, you know what? I am just going to go to the workshop and search Canada because I'm pretty sure if there's anything.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg.
It's Canada against Snoop Dogg. Why? Okay, why?
That is a good question.
Oh, credits. Because he's from a game.
Ah.
Like,
yeah, Canada.
When I think Canada, I think Snoop Dogg. Okay, so there is not. There's some flags. That's about it.
I'm sure there's lots of stuff. It's just might not be here. I don't know what you just typed, but it took you on an adventure.
There's no maple syrup either.
Well, there's the stuff on the Source Filmmaker. They don't allow a lot of stuff that you can find elsewhere.
Like maple syrup?
Like real people.
Oh,
like, I mean, Snoop Dogg was there, but
that was no. It's what is here is ports because nobody puts the effort into something that nobody's going to be using for anything exact. So nobody's going to make a Trudeau model unless it already existed somewhere.
Go to Google, type in Justin Trudeau's SFM.
No, because who would put all the time into making that model if it was never used for anything?
Canadians.
No, because that's too much effort.
I have seen models of every modern day U.S. president. You're telling me
models for SFM or models in general?
Social media models, yeah.
Why were you researching presidents in SFM?
Them. Mainly in Gary's mod.
But that's U.S. presidents. That's not Justin Trudeau. Is there an Obama?
Yeah.
No.
You can put his head on there.
No, I can go to what's the models that have well, actually Half-Life 2.
Get the toy.
Well, that's when I search Half-Life 2. I don't want to go to the folder. None of the models are going to be Half-Life 2. Because there's all these guys.
They're a little low poly for the rest of the... Because that's 2006. Left 4 Dead... You could put Francis's head on it. That'd be kind of funny.
But is Francis Canadian?
What is it? What does that even mean?
I don't know.
He looks like he could be. I don't know. I don't know that they ever went into Francis's backstory that deeply.
These ones are a bit better.
As the Black Mesa ones.
So their eyes are missing.
Are they? Oh yeah, that's weird. Unless they did their eyes differently.
No, the eyes are there.
There's just no texture.
Because they're built to move with you.
Oh yeah, they always look at you. They must have done something special for that.
Oh wait, no, but that's the eyes aren't looking at you. It's the muscles. Because if you look down, your top eyelid follows your eye. It's your eyes and everything are moving around with. It's not just the ball of your eye moving. So these are just simulating that. It's the same guy.
Barney.
It's like the same face. And look at there's like 2 dimples right here. 2 dimples. It's the same exact face and everything.
Give him a break. That's all I can say. They started the whole project for free. And they finally finished
2
it.
dimples!
Yeah. Everybody's middle aged, man. What you can do? Come on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, his eyes appeared. That head would work. I mean, a bald hunter, why not?
No, he's got a helmet on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and you're going to give him that big, like, mullet, too.
Well, no, he doesn't. This one has a rig. Can I shrink the head? No.
You can just remove the head. Can't you just delete it? Because I know you deleted all the clothing separately.
Maybe. It depends on whether or not it's built to.
Goodbye, head. He just left his bones. His hair bone.
Got rid of his neck too, but really, I don't think there's anything left of him now.
Just his clothing.
I'll probably just use it as a base, but he's a turtle in the Turtle Club.
That's a good movie.
I barely remember it. I just remember a couple quotes. The name of the dog was my favorite part.
I can't remember the name of the dog.
The cuteness.
The cuteness.
It was the cuteness, not just cuteness. What is his name? It's the cuteness. The cuteness.
Turtle.
Lightning knows the movie too.
Yes. That movie's got to be pretty old at this point. I feel like it's one of those movies that a lot of people who've seen it love, but not a lot of people who haven't seen it even know about.
Hey, do the nay-nay.
Where are you going?
Apparently it doesn't lock to everything, so I have to do some manual movement. Oh, because he's using valve biped, that's why. So I want to lock this to rig, so I have neck and head. And the rest of it, I don't care as much about. So I'm going to take his entire... it goes neck, next, and then spine 1. So we'll do spine 1 to his pelvis.
No, I don't want to be part of that body. No. He's tucked away a little bit in there. He's tucked away just a bit. I live. He has become Hunter. I feel like his head's a little small.
Patience. I'm trying to get it orientated correctly first, but I don't know the exact rotations that I need, so I am rotating everything to about what it would be based on like if is it twisting weird, and then zeroing it out. So think that's down too much, which means this is the correct orientation. So then I want, and it should be anything around rounded to a 90. So that's 90. This would be 0. And this would be 90. Okay. Now all that is correct. Now for scaling up. His head's a little big. That's a little small.
Yeah, that's good. He's got a good head now. Now we have a head we can work with.
I still think that this is smaller than the other one was.
What is happening? The poor guy.
So I think the other one was a bit bigger still, so we're gonna... Oops.
Ha 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 ha. Head jokes. I feel like his head needs to be moved back a bit. Just saying.
I'm getting there. I was just gonna do that. Patience.
This guy, I feel like he owes Gordon Freeman a
but
beer.
now...
Yay.
Oh, those teeth.
He's super happy.
Are these a... open with a flex or open with a...
That's the chin wiggle.
How do you open?
Nice say.
Chin, butt. Oh.
No, you can give him a dimple. No wonder they all have the same face. They can change their faces like this. They can give him dimples or wider ears, apparently.
Are these left and right? Nope, they aren't. Some of these aren't set up to... I don't think any of these are. Oh, going to be a fat man. Apparently that's... Oh, Fat Man Max. Oh!
Yeah, he'd been eating his fill of the food in Monster Hunter. That's actually pretty clever. So they have one head, and then they have a bunch of adjusters to make them look different as they... Oh, jeez!
It's all of them at once. So yeah, it is. It is. Essentially, they just did one face, and then just everything else looks different.
And they put a bunch of sliders on it so you could change it.
And then they probably have it... If I right-click this... Yep.
Oh, presets.
So they said skin differences. So that's why everybody was the same.
That makes a lot of sense. But you're just looking to make him talk.
No, I don't even talk. It's not gonna
Big
talk.
mouth?
I just need to be able to do something with the face, and now I can. I think I still want to use the other football helmet, though. Oh, that's not, doesn't lock to his head. Scientist still has his root over here, and I don't like that. There we go. Oops.
Dabbing is unhealthy. I hear it kills 5 out of 5 people who do it. So.
It does look very football, but it is the only one that really looks fine. I think the other one looks more. There we go. That looks more hockey-ish.
You could get rid of those freaking pieces just hanging off of it.
No, it's supposed to be the face mask, unless they have a different bit for this to have it visible, and there isn't. Different skins? Oh no, that's the football helmet. I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, this one has 2 skins. Looks like a bluish and reddish, and probably from TF2 or something. I spelled hockey stick like hock it, think 3 times. Literally, it's called left butt cheek.
Does it wobble? Does not.
No, it does not have
That
wobble.
is unfortunate. The pony butts wobble. Attention to detail is what that is.
What's the scientist?
They are. That'd be amazing. If the jiggle physics were just in his ass.
So this was a port. I don't see anybody putting effort into adding jiggle physics to it. I've thought about adding some to like Rathalos, but I was going to add it to Valhazard, but then I didn't. Rathalos.
Where would Rathalos jiggle at?
Some of the membranes for the wings, you could probably just add a little bit of a wobble.
That is a big hockey stick.
I'm not going to show the feet, so the idea is I can make it bigger, and this implies it's probably shorter on the other side, but it's Monster Hunter. So
there you go. Yes. What's the stick say on it?
Goon stick.
Goon stick.
Goon.
Ooh. See. Ooh. I'm curious to see how Canadian you can make this guy.
I don't know of any other than it.
Does the armor have preset colors? Because I know you can dye it in the game.
Well, dyeing, they probably have a color wheel that it just attaches to, based on the certain parts. Having a preset on here, it looks like it's just skin color. But actually, it's not even for all of it. It's only the parts that have skin.
That's unfortunate.
There is other armor, but it is for going on a skin part or something, and I don't think it'd work.
The only thing I'm thinking is red and white, because when I think Canada, it's all red and white. And maple leaves.
Yeah, because this is the one I have. But I remember seeing one set of armor, but I think nobody wants to rig it. Because a lot of these are not Monster Hunter World. These are from an older version. Then you get into some of these that are Monster Hunter World. I have the Meowster Chef, too. Kieran. No, oh, there's Poogie.
He needs a bee.
See, this is Iceborne too, so this is not even that old. Just this Dransvincent or something. Dransvitri and Mustard Custard have been the ones that are doing most of the porting lately. And Nick Out is the one that did some of the original ones. But his ports I like more, because he brought over more stuff.
There is a Kieran in the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. I've yet to fight it.
That's the next thing we're doing. You just haven't popped in.
Well, John bought that game, and he bought it because I recommended it, so I felt like if I didn't play it with him, he would have been disappointed.
Yeah, we have to do that in Nergigante. So we've just been doing side stuff.
Yeah. Yes, probably have killer weapons now, though.
Yeah, I don't think. Not really. Most of the weapons are still we're locked at the same strength as everything, because we have to kill an elder dragon if we want to get anything stronger.
I'll run tonight. Everybody's
most of I spent a lot of today farming the best armor set I can have right now, so I look beast, and it's better than the other
I'm still
sets.
wearing the default set.
Yeah, I have the Otogoron set now, along with some stuff to where my crit is like stupid high now. But, yeah, we'll have to get that done.
Play a lot this weekend.
I have some family stuff on Sunday, but other than that, I'm free.
Cool.
I'm just going to lock this, I think, to the arm now. So this... Well, which hand do I want being the dominant hand? I think it's going to be this one.
Pretty sure all Canadians are left-handed. Pretty sure all Canadians are left-handed.
I just started like putting it in a position and went with it. I kind of liked this position, but no, I think what it is that I need to lock the hockey stick to this hand, and then I need to lock
you were Canadian.
this hand to the hockey stick, so that if I move this hand, It does that. But then this hand does not have any control. But this is the gravity hand, like the lower one, so I would assume this one would have control.
What are you doing outside Canada? Somebody needs to put him back in Canada.
Well, there is a it's a Kieran from in Monster Hunter, but somebody made a cartoon short that used the MLP pony
I still
as the
haven't
Kieran.
seen it.
You still haven't seen
No, I
that?
still haven't
We can
seen it. I have
watch
to
it
watch it.
afterwards.
Okay.
It's just funny because it's just a blank look walking around and I think that was even before the Kierans were in the show.
Yeah.
So they just used a normal pony. I think I can't remember what the exact details, but it was pretty funny.
Look at all these Canadians in chat. Who would have guessed?
He says he's Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoman.
He's left-handed though.
Oh, yeah, that
means
means
he's Canadian. Yeah.
Though you are from North, we're South Canada, so
This is Canada. Minnesota is Canada. Like no other state in Northern America or Northern United States is Canada, but Minnesota is. Well, you got dual citizenship. How about that? Well, if you're dominant left, then you're not ambidextrous.
I love what you keep saying from things from Chad. Then I look at Chad. And that's not what they said, so you're confusing me. Ambidextrous means dual citizenship.
It does. Freaking all these Canadians. Ugh.
This is the one thing I think I like about animating ponies more than anything else is that with ponies I don't have to deal with fucking fingers.
Yeah, I hear a lot of artists say the same thing. Just when drawing ponies. They don't have to draw hands, so they're super happy.
There's just too many intricacies. Blah, 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 blah. It's like you have to move them a little bit. Once you get them in position, at least for like holding an object, then you're good for a while. I don't have to touch them, but it's getting to that point.
Other good thing about animating ponies is that they're way cuter than this dude. Look at this guy. No, at least his mother loves him.
Maybe.
Maybe. There's no certainty. Just broke his thumb.
The other problem is I do not have any experience
Does
with...
that have hockey stick say product of Canada on it? Yeah, I mean... even they know.
No, I don't need to worry about that side, really.
All hockey comes from Canada. Apparently, my great-grandfather could bend one of his fingers all the way to the back of his hand. But there's an interesting story about that. He cut it off, and my great-grandmother sewed it back on for him. But never mend it right, so he could just like take his finger and just bend it all the way back and touch the back of his hand. It had to be freaky.
Alright, now we can just see, can I... Is there a mid-hand bone? There is not. Damn. Because our hands can bend in the middle. It's not... We have our fingers that can bend, but we can also, like, kind of bend in the middle a bit more than your... And so it's nice when they put bones in the middle of the hand. So you can just meld it around. This one doesn't.
It's kind of weird for a hand that spends most of the time grappling something.
Looks like he's going to play guitar. I could play guitar super good. I spent 400 hours in Guitar Hero. This is the one that's the most visible too, so I need to make sure this one works.
Looks like he's like...
Because... No, what it needs to be is his hand needs to be turned up more. He needs to have it fully gripped in his hand, and I don't think I had that where it was. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab all of these. We're gonna bend them a little bit, then bend these a lot of bit, and then figure out where to put it with the grip. That'll work. Good enough.
Got my stick.
Show me your stick, soldier. It's right here. Right here. Whack.
There you go. You got your motion down for when you're like chopping at his tail. That's the attack animation. Hey man.
What's the position for flight?
That is how Canadians travel.
Yes.
It's like you get the Canadian exchange student at Hogwarts. He's just flying around a hockey stick. That'd be amazing.
Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's just like... So what I could probably have him do is have it be like this, but have him be like looking this way and then looking that way.
It's too. The stick, it won't move.
Yeah. Can you pull the Excalibur hockey stick?
You'll never be the king of Canada. He wants to be the king of Canada.
The king of Canada.
Yes.
King Lotha.
Yes. Oh yeah, eh? I'm gonna be the king of Canada, eh? Well, let's go.
So, oh geez, we're gonna go in down to the fishing hole, and we're gonna pull that stick. We're gonna pull it, and we're gonna rule Canada for all time. Just like my uncle did. He went down to the lake that one time. He pulled a stick, but it was just a normal stick. But you would look at him, and he would be like, I am the king of Canada. And we'd be like, yes, uncle, yes, you are. And then we'd go home and have bacon.
It's wonderful. Oh. Truly a magnificent Canadian right there.
Oh yeah, the head is what I'm looking for. I'm like, why can't I control the eyes?
Just find out the one stipulation is you're the king of only northern Canada, so all the part that no one lives in. Except like that
I think
one
they say
guy.
like 90% of Canada lives within 100 miles of the border.
Yeah.
It's some crazy number. But the tree line is only like 100 miles north of that. And I don't think there's going to be many people living past the tree line.
Well, that's the tree line because nobody lives up there. Nobody wants to go cut those trees down. It's too cold.
Okay, so...
Hunter! You look Canadian. You look...
Okay, so I got 20 minutes, and I'm not going to touch him right now because it's going to take a while. So I can see if I can get them somewhat figured out for at least moving into this position, which I'm almost guaranteeing it is not going to work as it is.
I like it like that. They're just like very cartoony.
Well, it's... And it can work. It's just, right now they're sliding like through this stuff. I just have to turn them a little bit so that they come around. Rathos is still clipping a bit. Which I'm not too worried about it, because... Oh, actually, there is no way for me not to have him clip with how he's positioned. I think I'm going to have his head turned out. No, I'm just going to leave it for now. I can move the rock if I need. Alright, now for him, I need to have the head turned down.
I think it's funny when they both poke out at the same time. But that is me.
I don't want them at the same time. Or just have it where Rathian doesn't do that at all. She's just like...
She's just already there. Nah. It's like, where'd you come from? I like the idea of them running over there together, just be like, over here, guys, there he is.
Ooh,
He gonna steal her shit
I
again.
have to be a little careful with that.
Got a stick. Watch out, he's got a stick.
Hunter! 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 Hunter!
She doesn't look like she's a dog. She looks like she's possessed. Even a dog's gonna look whatever their owner's looking at.
Hunter! Hunter!
There we go.
Hunter!
There, that's perfect. Much better.
Hunter!
Like a bug monster.
Well, I want to have her, like, kind of...
Could have her like pant.
I don't think I can. Panting requires, I think, more than what this model can do. For one...
The tongue can't flop out.
8? Oh, that's the head. It's 9 for the... Okay, 9 is the draw. I knew it was one of those. No, the tongue control is...
Eat that rock.
I did something. Oh, shit, I just went backwards. No, I don't... I don't know if I have a bone for her tongue.
Do you have just a tongue?
No, she has a tongue. I think that there is, but if it is, it's a single bone, so it is not a flappy tongue.
Rathlow's was, but hers isn't.
Because I added them.
Ah.
Which means that technically, I could give her Rathalos' tongue. So, but that probably wouldn't work. Maybe.
I'm just here to make your life difficult.
I think that could work.
Ooh, look at that tongue. He got tongue. It's like,
Oh no, that's what I was afraid of. I was thinking the bone might be because he has for his tongue an up flex and a down flex. It's not even that great. It was just something so I could get the N's and the D's and the those kind of sounds. But the idea is, if I were to transplant the tongue, I would have to do a lot of position changing.
It looks like the same tongue. Can you just cut
It is the
over?
No. So I'd have to scale this up and then scale his head down to compensate. And I don't see that working. Or at least I see it being a hassle. And I can't... Any other tongue model is... The only other one I can think of is pony tongues, but they wouldn't even work, right, either. They're too simple for the detail that these have. So I don't think I'd be able to do that. I have some limitations until I decide to actually give her more flexes or something. But I'm kind of... I was trying to see if I could just get away with never adding flexes to her and just having the same defaults. Because she has these flexes the same as he does.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones and the eye ones, and then these for the eyes. But they're very... That's about it. That's all she can do is these bones and which these two anger me that they're connected to the teeth.
That is weird.
Only on a couple though. I could separate it, but and it's the same thing with Rathalos though. His
Yeah, same teeth.
So I always have to make sure that if I go to pull this up, I try to pull them up straight up or straight down. I try not to pull it forward or backwards because you're going to start seeing that. So that's why here it doesn't do that. So those came default. She's very hairy. She needs to shave her pits.
These are back hair.
Those are all individual models too.
Yeah, that'd be a pain to do.
I'm going to add a bone to each one, so
I
add jiggles to each one. You move the model, it just crashes. The computer starts on fire.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, you know what? I know what I can do. Have Rathian go first. Have Rathalos follow up. Have her come around the corner and go bark.
Yes, that works. She alerted him. She's like, I found him.
Because otherwise I was trying to think of like the context for stuff. Though I'd like them just both poking around a corner. That was when I thought of this idea. That was the first thing that came as like, let's just have them be all trying to be sneaky as giant fucking dragons. I I need to reload this to find the bark, though.
Luckily, Canadians can only see movement, so they should be safe as long as
They can only see
still.
Puck.
Yes. It's just what I want. I just want to meet, like, be talking to somebody Canadian, like, don't move, he's Canadian. If we stay still, he can't see us. just to screw with him, because it would be fun.
No, if you're worried about them, okay, you just bump into them, because then they're too busy apologizing.
Yes, and that's when you can make your escape.
Yes.
Of course, being sub-Canadian yourself, you both would just probably, get caught in a loop.
The one is like, "Arrgh!" I think this is the same barks I used too for her last one. So this is Rathian's voice.
Mm-hmm. Bark, bark.
This is a single bark, so that's a nice one.
Are you gonna delay Rathalos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Her alert him. Perfect.
The other thing with her is I don't have eye controls. I can't make her blink.
He doesn't need to.
Like, I had to add in the ability to close his eyes, which was actually more complicated than the lip stuff because there is so much crap to deal with in that area. But,
You can just put little green orbs on their eyes or something to lower them when she needs to blink.
mm-hmm.
You just put like a little something green over her eyes, make it look like she blinked.
That's what I did for, like, Valhazak. I just covered it with a black layer.
It's so Canadian.
Hmm?
He's so Canadian.
Hunter! Hunter!
Well, something of that didn't get carried over.
Hunter!
Oh.
Hunter! Hunter!
Yeah, his face is doing some pretty weird stuff. He's doing the wave.
Something didn't get moved with him.
Hunter! 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 Hunter!
Oh. Because the other ones were hidden, so it wasn't moving.
Hunter! 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 Hunter!
There we go.
Hunter! 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 Hunter!
There we go. Yeah, stop that, Philly. That's an old one.
Hunter!
Stop that, Philly.
Hunter!
Oh, that's a cute Philly.
Hunter!
I've been enjoying another
You look
Paul Picture
Canadian.
book. There are
You
so
look
many
Canadian.
There are so many of the Fall Equestria books. I'm finally getting around to enjoying another. I
Look
kind of want to go back
Canadian.
and read Pink Eyes.
Hunter!
That's still probably my favorite one.
Probably have her pants still. Not like tongue hanging out, but I can probably still have her pant.
Yeah.
Hunter! Hunter!
Let's see if there's a pant audio. Behind a wall.
Does it work? I can't hear it.
I can barely hear it. No, it has an echo. That's music. That was basically it was playing Sail. These are single pants.
You just have to loop them. Or bunch of them.
Pant big sounds like it's choking. It's like.
So what are those one dogs that sound like that because they got their noses are all messed up?
Yep, that's what I'm gonna use.
Chows.
Hunter! Hunter! Hunter!
I'm just gonna put it here as a reminder.
Hunter! Hunt!
But otherwise, it is past 9, so I'll have to finish that like on the weekend or something, or maybe next time, but probably not. I want to get back on the pony thing otherwise. So whatever. But yeah, happy Friday, junk.
Go enjoy your weekends and make sure to sleep in and don't set your alarm clocks like a weirdo.
Like I'm going to have a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, bye bye. Bye bye.